Southern California, stay right there. The challenge starts right now.
It's time for the challenge on NBC.
Live from Universal City Walk, Season 20 of The Challenge. Here's your host, Mario Solis.
Hello again from Universal City Walk on the final day of November. Christmas just around the corner. I'm Mario Solis. He's the Grinch. Jonas Knox, I got a little early present for you.
Look at this guy. Look at him. I mean, he looks miserable.
Just like you.
Oh, but he's cute. Look at this. What do you got to say?
See?
You agree the Raiders are awful?
Love at first sight. and please don't tell me you hated the Orange Crush tonight, because it was a pretty good game. Broncos holding off the Commanders in overtime.
I mean, listen, who, especially around here, doesn't love some overtime football, all right? You know, we love it around here. But listen, Denver's done this all year long. Every single game they play in is a close game, and somehow they always survive. And the defense made a big play on that two-point conversion attempt that you're watching right now. And if Denver rolls on, this defense has carried this team all year long, and they did so tonight as well, too.
Hey, 9 wins in a row. Can't be all that bad right really in Denver.
Really
all right, let's get to our teams. Rams hitting the road and hitting a wall in Carolina. Matthew Stafford falling asleep behind the wheel after passing Tom Brady's record for most consecutive TD passes without interceptions. He throws 2 in the first quarter, 1 for a pick six. The Rams' 6-game winning streak is over with a 31-28 loss. Is this a concerning loss, Jonas?
Yeah, it's a concerning loss because if you're a Rams fan, you've seen this story before. It happened earlier this year where they lost to the Niners on a short week at home, and people were scratching their head afterwards going, wait a second, San Fran's all banged up and we're losing that game. How does that happen? The Rams seemingly have 2 or 3 of these a year where they lose a game and you go, wait, what? How are you losing to this team at this moment, especially when you consider what we were talking about last week when what they did to Tampa Bay at home?
Okay, so after the question mark of today, are the Rams still the Super Bowl favorite? And is Matthew Stafford still the MVP runaway?
Well, I mean, he's not the MVP runaway. The odds on that have closed. Drake May is right behind him.
Yeah.
And also Super Bowl odds. You've got Seattle, who's in the conversation all of a sudden now when it comes to Super Bowl contenders. Odds-wise, I still think they've got enough to win a Super Bowl. I still think they're very talented. You assume this is just a blip on the roadmap to where they're trying to get to and that they're going to figure this out because the Rams usually always bounce back. But it is concerning, as we mentioned, because they lose games like this, and it makes it hard to trust them in the long run if they have performances like this from time to time.
Okay, Mr. Grinch, let's talk about the positive. Did you see that Puka Nacua one-handed catch? You had to?
I mean, even the Grinch liked that catch.
All right, so the question is Puka the most exciting, not the best, the most exciting receiver in the NFL?
I mean, he's definitely exciting. He's one of those guys that you watch and you go, enjoy him while he's here because his physicality, his style of play. I've said this before, a Cam Scattaboo. You watch players like this and you go, we don't know how long they can hold this up for, but while he's there, you enjoy it, and that was a fantastic grab. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough of those for them to win this game in Carolina.
A couple of other great catches today in the game we saw tonight.
Absolutely.
Also, Brock Bowers. We'll see those a little bit later. By the way, Mr. Negative, this is the Rams' 3rd conference loss. They are 4-3. The Bears are tops at 6-2, so they would win the tiebreaker against the Rams. If the Rams don't win the NFC, what are the repercussions as we finish the regular season?
Well, look, it's one of those years to where it's anybody's game in the NFC especially, to where you've seen what's happened in Philly, and Philly doesn't look like the same team. They've got problems. Philly seems like they hate each other. And then you've got the Rams losing a game like this, and all of a sudden they might have to go on the road. You saw what happened last year when they had to go to Philly in those conditions and those elements. Yeah. It was a struggle. You'd like to have home field for a couple of reasons. A, you get to play at home. You're going to be at SoFi. B, you get a bye. You've got an aging quarterback who had back issues going into the year. You can get healthy during that bye week, as healthy as possible, and try and make a run at this thing. You don't have to play an extra game, so you would hope that they can get it back on track. They get that 1 seed and everything plays into their favor. But if you've got to go on the road and you don't commit to the run like Sean McVay apparently doesn't want to commit to the run with, That's a problem. Like, that's where this gets tricky in what should have been a game they won outright earlier today easily.
All right, let's forget about this one. Rams are going to try to get it right next week. Back on the road against the Arizona Cardinals should be an easy win.
Easy. They always bounce back after a game like this. Trust the Rams next week. Even the Grinch says so.
All right, today at SoFi Stadium, always bad blood between these two teams. Chargers and Raiders. Alarms going off all over Inglewood when Justin Herbert leaves the game early in the first quarter with a fractured wrist on his non-throwing arm. He's getting surgery tomorrow. Could miss some time. If he does, Jonas, can the Chargers survive?
It makes it really, really difficult. The one bright spot through all this is that you saw Jim Harbaugh type football played out earlier today to where they're running the football. He committed to the run, unlike Sean McVay, committed to it, and they had productivity on the ground, which they haven't had all year long. But if Justin Herbert is not there, he's been the best player on the team by far. He's been taking a beating throughout the past several weeks, as we've talked about and documented on this show. I would assume he's going to try and play through it, but if he's less than 100%, it makes that road for them to get to the postseason that much more difficult.
How do you think Justin Herbert is feeling right now?
I mean, not great, but they won, and you beat the Raiders, and he's Justin Herbert. He'll figure this thing out. Come on, not everybody's got to be so upset all the time. Come on.
Why don't we ask Justin's best friend how he's feeling? Joining us now, our man on the inside, the best kicker in the NFL. You know him, Cameron Dicker. How's it going?
Going good. Nice win today.
Yeah, absolutely. And an obvious question. Did you get a chance to speak with Justin after the game, and how's he doing?
Doing good. I mean, always dude in high spirits. Good leader for our team and just always ready to get after it. So ready to attack this upcoming week and enjoy a nice couple days off.
Now, there's a lot of talk about rivalries in the world of football, whether it's college football, the NFL, but how different is this game with the Raiders every year as opposed to the other ones you guys have on the schedule?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think all of our division games are big for us. Right now we're 4-0 in the division, which was the goal coming into this, but playing against the Raiders, it's always one of those games. You know there's going to be some cheap shots, and you're just ready to get after it and got to play calm and level-headed, but be ready to go.
Yeah, one of those shots, I don't know if it was cheap or not, Cameron, was, that play that knocked Justin Herbert out of the game, ran into the locker room. Now we have heard that he's going to require some surgery, might miss some time. How concerning is that for you guys?
He's a dog. I think if he has an opportunity to come back and play, he's going to be ready to come back and play. But I think everybody also has full confidence in Trey Lance. If he needs to step up and play a game for us, everybody's confident with Trey to be able to lead this team and be able to lead the offense in the way that he's capable of.
Now, off the field, you hosted a beautiful event this past week for the few less fortunate people in the community. What was the most rewarding part of that for you?
No, it was awesome to just be able to sit there and have conversations with people, really just experience just love, right? So the whole thing is about showing love to with families, trying to create a family environment and just have some fun. So we were able to spread cheer and hopefully be a light in somebody's life. So it was pretty awesome.
And how was your Thanksgiving dinner? You love food. You're at Joey's right now. Thank you for, making a little break between the appetizer and the entree. How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was great. We went over to my mom's friend's house, Shelby and Andrew. Andrew's a great chef, so he whipped some things up for us. We had my favorite thing of the meal, though, was an appetizer. He did a whipped ricotta with, what did he do? With a bacon and dates, and it was just incredible.
Oh, wow.
He likes food. I told you.
Listen,
Cameron loves good food.
Look, that's going to knock you down for a little while. So, hopefully everything went okay afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Put some weight on and pull-ups were hard the next day, but we still got it done.
Perfect.
Cameron, as always, thank you so much for your time. Go back to the dinner.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so he says in Trey we believe. Do you believe in Trey Lance?
I don't know whether I believe in him, but I'm fascinated to see how this goes because they spoke very highly of him in the preseason. He played really well, and there was something brewing there between him and Jim Harbaugh to where he had a lot of belief in him. And if we're being honest about Trey Lance, he never really got an opportunity in San Francisco. He got the start his second year in the league. He started in a monsoon in Chicago, opening up week 1, literally a monsoon, and then he broke his leg in week 2, and he never got his opportunity again. Brock Purdy ran with it, and they were off and running. I'm fascinated to see if it's Trey Lance, whether or not he can perform.
All right, so whether Herbert is out there next week or not, it's going to be a task that's very difficult for the Chargers, hosting the defending champion Eagles on a Monday night in Inglewood.
Yeah, but you know what? Philly's got problems, man. I said it earlier. They seem like they don't like each other. And all of a sudden, the Chargers, with an opportunity and some momentum, gets a flawed team who can't seemingly figure it out on offense. They've got a shot there.
Yeah, they don't seem like a Super Bowl winning team right now.
No.
All right, so you know why we call it the challenge, right?
Yeah, of
because
course.
We make
Challenge
you work for the prizes. It's a challenge to get them. And by the way, this is not your buy at home, all right? So we want you to compete, want you to play. We have a couple of tickets to Universal Studios Hollywood. Yeah, it's the best day in LA. There's also $500 worth of Barry's tickets, an awesome $250 dinner at Verse, and of course a pair of tickets for an upcoming Chargers game.
That's right.
But you got to earn it. You can try. And you can win. Scan that QR code. It'll take you to the NBC LA app. Here comes question number 1. Puka Nacua originally committed to which school before enrolling at the University of Washington?
Oh, this is so easy.
Of course not SC. Come on.
This is easy. It's one of those two, that's for sure. I'll tell you that right now.
That, like I said,
Yeah,
not SC.
see? A couple experts up here.
Back live at Universal City Walk overlooking the Fab NBC Sports Grill and Brew. You go more for the brew, I go for the grill.
I mean, listen, I'm just glad I got invited this time. Normally, Mario and Will have it on lock, so good luck trying to get in the door. Got to drop there.
And of course, it's getting cold up here. You say you can't feel your toes.
Yeah, it's
so the gloves are on.
A little frigid, but you know what? We'll deal with it.
All right, you know what? How we can help that? Let's huddle up a little bit. And by the way, you deserve a bonus. So what do you say? Bonus on 3.
Bonus for Jonas on 3. All right,
yeah,
let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Bonus.
Everybody in. Ready for the Sunday Night Huddle.
All right, let's give these highlights a run for their money. The Rams not only botching the game against Carolina today, Devontae Adams blowing the timing on this alley-oop celebration. Jonas, you got to stick that.
Yeah, you got to stick that. My son and I do that in the backyard on our little Fisher
With
Price.
the football.
Oh, yeah, football, basketballs. We dunk pine cones. Like, if Devontae needs help, just come over sometime.
Ooh, I like it.
you in the front
Invitation.
door.
Accept
Yeah.
that, Devontae. We showed you Puka Nacua's catch. How about this one from the Raiders tight end, Brock Bowers? Amazing TD grab against the Chargers. Imagine Bowers on a team with a decent offense.
Unbelievable. When they show the Raiders postseason highlights, all the big-time moments, just have this one on repeat for 4 hours.
Okay, so this one or Puka's? Which one's better?
I'll take this one. The Raiders need a win. You know, I'll take this one. Your Raiders need a win.
That's something to celebrate.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the NFL, Max Brosmer. Vikings rookie QB out of Minnesota making his first career start against Seattle. Maybe one of the worst picks of the year. Former Ram Ernest Jones going 85 yards. How bad do the Vikings want J.J. McCarthy back?
J.J. McCarthy back. How bad did they want Sam Darnold back? J.J. McCarthy's been
obvious.
a disaster.
Yeah.
By the way, how about the fact that they said no to Daniel Jones, no to Sam Darnold, and picked J.J. McCarthy?
Oh, boy.
Oops.
Bears coach Ben Johnson doing what you do every week here on the show,
right.
going shirtless after beating the Eagles on Friday last month. The Wiener Circle hot dog stand in Chicago told Johnson, go shirtless during a post-game celebration. It's free hot dogs for everyone. Well, Tuesday's the day if you're in Chicago, Jonas.
Yeah, let's go get yourself a Chicago dog.
Is he in good shape?
Pepper. Not bad. I mean, yeah, listen, I mean, there's been
For
worse.
what, 82? What is he?
Well, I think he's like 39.
72.
Come on now. And he's got a little ET going there, but that's fine. It's like 20 degrees in Philly that day.
That guy's fired up.
Yeah, he is.
You didn't even feel
Should
the
be
cold.
fired up.
I know. Look at us. Look at me with the gloves and you with your toes all
please.
frozen.
We're wearing it right here.
All right, it's title time in high school football. A look at who brought home the hardware. That is coming up. Jonas, this was the biggest week in high school football.
Right.
And you know, that's Olivia Garvey's jam. But she's not here. She's sick. So it's me and you, Jonas.
It's a real shame. She could have worn her Uggs again, you know? That would have been the perfect night to do it.
The final week, always bittersweet. But you know what? Super sweet for the teams that are lifting the trophies.
That's right.
CIF championships. Time to salute our Friday night stars.
Friday Night Stars, presented by Spectrum. Internet, mobile, and streaming TV, all from one place.
D3 title, Oxnard Pacifica quarterback Taylor Lee airing it out against Palos Verdes. Maybe Taylor can take over for Geno Smith in Vegas.
Oh, probably.
Another big catch here by Will Jones Jr. coming up. Pacifica wins 20-10. They've got El Cajon, Granite Hills in the Regional Bowl. Guys got speed. D11 championship between Valley View and Moreno Valley versus Baldwin Park. Jesse Vega, quarterback with the keeper. He's in. Jesse has got more time on this show than Justin Herbert. Then Efrain Dominguez from 38 yards out for the title. Money. Valley View wins the title, second in school history.
Look at that turf. Little salsa roja on that turf.
Division 2, a good one between Los Alamitos and San Clemente. The Tritons won their first matchup. Different story here as Camden Tillis finds the end zone. And then this play is pretty wild. Beckham Hoffland is going to fumble. O-lineman Luke Warner heads up play, gets a fumble and a score. Los Al wins 33-20.
And a big man touchdown.
A defensive battle for the D9 title between Cerritos Valley Christian and Riverside Ramona. VC hits Patriot here. Liam Sweeney, he's got good football genes. Finds Sean Boma for the 37-yard score. Give it up for Valley Christian. 14-12 the final. Next up for the defenders, El Cajon. That means the drawer.
Does it really?
It does.
Yeah. The in-laws would have told me that.
All right, the D5 title goes to Rio Hondo Prep, who beat up Redondo Union. We've got a pick six coming up here from Aiden Delgadillo. 29-7 the final. Rio Hondo Prep, they win their third straight title, 17th chip overall. Jeez. Trailing only Long Beach Poly's 20 for most in Southern California history. That's a lot.
That's outstanding.
The D1 title game between Santa Margarita and Corona Centennial. This one, all Eagles, and USC commit Trent Mosley putting on a show. 10 catches, 292 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jonas-type numbers right now, right there. Carson Palmer's team rolling 42-7. They've got a date with Concord de La Salle for the Open Division title in a few weeks. Who would have thought Carson Palmer in his freshman year winning it all?
It's pretty impressive. By the way, I heard UCLA called, hit up Carson Palmer and said, hey, what's your secret? How do you get the stands that full? Because we can't do it.
And he hung up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're out of here.
All right, let's fire up question 2 of the challenge. Here we go. What was the joint nickname for Reggie Bush and Lendell White when they played at USC? Say something nice.
I'm going to go
Smash and Dash, Fire and Ice, Thunder and Lightning. That's a new movie, right?
Is real estate an option? No?
Thunder and Lightning. That's
what about Under the Table?
That's the new Neil Diamond movie, right?
I think so.
Big challenge. You did good. We got a nice challenge in front of us, but it'll be a fun one.
Always fun on the challenge. A lot of interesting football headlines this week. 3 of them you found especially obnoxious.
Yeah.
You like to play on words?
Play on words. Well done. Well done. I like it.
All right, so first obnoxious headline. During the week, the Raiders fired Chip Kelly after only 11 weeks in the Pete Carroll era as their OC. Premature? What's happening?
Well, listen, you can understand if you watch the Raiders play. For those few of you that watch the Raiders play, you can understand on offense there were issues. But this report that comes out where Tom Pelissero of NFL Network says, well, Chip Kelly was getting in the plays wrong, and he had the formations miscalculated, and he was giving Geno Smith the wrong... It's like, hold on a second. The body's not even cold, and all of a sudden you're throwing the guy under the bus and letting everybody know he didn't... You basically ratted him out post-firing because everybody there's trying to save their own backside because they realize this has been an absolute debacle all year long. Chip Kelly's gone. He got his $6 million a year. He left Ohio State where he won a national title, and now he's going to go coach somewhere else. Let the guy live. You don't need to bury him when he's out the door.
But maybe if he's calling in plays that are not even in the playbook, I don't know. Something's on.
And I got news for you. If Brock Bowers is healthy the entire year, if they're not down multiple offensive linemen, and if Geno Smith doesn't stink, maybe Chip Kelly doesn't get fired too.
All right, second obnoxious title this week. Our headline, second start for Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
Pretty good start against the really bad Raiders. 200-plus yards and a TD against... The Niners, not so good.
Well, listen, it started off okay, and then the second half kicked off, and it was like, meh, we're just going to go ahead and not play well in the second half. But here's the problem I have with all this, because he's a fifth-round pick, and he should be judged as such.
Well,
but he's not.
A lot of people thought he should have gone in the first or second.
Yeah, sure, me too. Yeah, okay. But the problem is he's not going to be judged on a fair playing field because everybody has picked one side or the other. He's a lightning rod. It is bonkers. It's a la to Colin Kaepernick and others that have walked through the NFL before, to where everybody has put the line in the sand. You're on one side or the other, and if you're on one side, you're complete. He's a fifth-round pick. He was drafted 144 for a reason. Cam Ward went number 1 overall, 143 earlier, and we don't talk about him. But Shedeur Sanders is all the rave, and it's ridiculous.
All right, third obnoxious take, Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin dropping the gloves and confronting a reporter for calling him the H word. Here it is in case you haven't seen it.
You want to walk in here and call me a hoe? We'll see how it goes.
All right, so he's leaving Ole Miss and he's going to LSU. He took the money and the guy called him the H word.
Okay, so should I be offended because my wife bought a floor mat for the holidays that says ho, ho, ho? Should I be offended too? Hey, listen, Lane, and I like Lane Kiffin, and I think Lane Kiffin did a really good job at Ole Miss, and I get why he leaves to go to LSU. But the problem is you can't play the game and troll people your entire career, and then when somebody trolls you, then you get offended. He walked around and was telling people in bars that his name was Joey Freshwater. That was his alias. I'm not making that up. This is what he does. He sent Sebastian Janikowski out to try a 76-yard field goal on the dirt at the toilet that was the O.co. You can't be a troll your entire life and your entire career and then expect people to judge you differently. No, they're acting accordingly on what you've showed us for a couple of decades now.
You're right. Pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to question 3 of the challenge. Winner getting a pair of Charger tickets. Here we go. Which of the following Hall of Fame quarterbacks ended his career with the Chargers?
Ooh, I'm going to go, God. I'm going to say it's definitely A or C. I'll be honest with you.
I always say C.
I'm kind of feeling C.
That's why I never say C.
Look at that.
We got winners. Berta Flores, you just won a pair of tickets to Universal Studios Hollywood, the best day in LA.
That's right. Herman Gutierrez, you won $500 worth of Barry's tickets and a $250 dining credit to Verse LA.
And I think there's a drum roll here, getting a pair of tickets to see the Chargers take on the Texans next month. If you want tickets, go to Chargers.com and score a few of your own. We got a lot more coming up, including our takes.
Everyone, time to call your shot.
All right, so we all picked the Broncos tonight. You get a W, and you also get the Grinch back. Don't be mad, because we also got that.
Yeah, well, listen, we were on the right side of things tonight. Maybe things will change next week.
What about next Sunday when the Texans are at the Chiefs? Olivia sent in her pick while eating some chicken soup. She's going with the Texans. Jonas, call your shot.
Oh, we're taking KC, baby. The Grinch and I are taking KC. They've got to win out if they want to make a run at this thing and try and get back to a Super Bowl. I'll take the Chiefs.
I hate to say it, but I agree with you. I'm also going with KC, and I also like what I see there. All right, that's all for the best team on television. We'll see you next Sunday after Sunday Night Football. See you next Sunday, Grinch.
Let's do it.